Hi, folks. It's been a very busy week. I know you guys would have noticed I've gone really quiet, and that's because over the last week, I've been creating my core giveaway, or recreating or refining my core giveaway for my website. Since Closest Copy has um, given me this ability to work faster, create more depth, and make my content even more meaningful and helpful. I thought I'd just redo my core giveaway, and this is what I was able to come up with: how to stop re-victimizing yourself, and finally achieve true mental and emotional wellness to live the life you deserve. And all this copy was what I was able to kind of create out of use Closest Copy to kind of generate, in a way, working with what I have in mind and the ideas I'm trying to create. I was able to use Closest Copy, and that brings me to the context of today's session. Today's video, I'm calling session. I'm so used to having sessions. um, why would you want to be able to create frameworks? Why should you even bother? Even because as of now, you have loads of frameworks available in the community library. So why not just stick with what's already there? So first is that when you are able to create frameworks, you have the freedom to use those frameworks to produce whatever you want to produce, whether it's a song or it's a free giveaway like this one. I'm going to actually do another video where I go through how to create a core content for your website, which is something that's quite useful. If anybody comes to your website, look, so for example, my website is about stress management, but you understand that that's quite vast, and so many people will be looking for so many different aspects of stress management when they come to my website. I needed to find a way of creating a core content that will be meaningful for almost everybody, at the same time not completely watered down, so that when most people come to my website, they have a reason to sign up, even if they come from Google or Facebook, wherever they're coming from. So Closest Copy has been able to help me refine my thinking process about my website and my niche to create something that everybody will find rather tantalizing. And I just finished this over the weekend. I posted it out for the first time last around 7 o'clock yesterday, 7 p.m. yesterday actually. I was going to share some of my stats with you. Well, I'll come back to the stats later. But yeah, I posted it around 7 p.m. yesterday evening, and now just people are just coming, downloading. It's almost like it's become a hot cake. Now, whilst I know that I could write very good things before, one of my major problems had been how do I title content to capture people's attention in a way that makes them want to read what I have to offer. So Closest Copy has kind of closed that gap for me, where I write a content and I can use the tools I've been able to create in the frameworks I've been able to create in Closest Copy to come up with a tantalizing subheading that makes people really want to come and read. And so you have people just coming, downloading so quickly, right? And the open rates in my email have sort of skyrocketed, and I'm going to be sharing all of that with you. So why must you want to create frameworks? One, it saves time. Two, you're going to get better results when you do use frameworks. And so for example, like me, I was thinking of how I could improve my open rates. So for the whole of, I've been doing this for over 10 years, and all the time I always struggle to get beyond, if anything, Occasionally, I will get a 35% open rate. Very occasionally, that will be the top. But it's usually 16, 8, 9, 10 open rates. Now, this particular list is a list of 1,000, just over 1,600 people, and they have been a very, very difficult list to actually get going. But with closest copy, what I did was I looked at the higher open rate ones, so the ones that have 35% here, 35.3%, and 21.9%. So I actually picked three of the top most ones that have been open, and also picked three of the ones that had the highest click-through rates, and started creating my emails based on that. And what's happened? Look at what's happened over here. So this is when I started to create the emails from the 8th of September. 32%, 40% open rate, 24% open rate. I was waiting to perhaps show you this later, maybe after I had sent about 5, 6, 7, or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because if I have 10 emails and all of them are having high open rates like this, it's telling you that this is something new. And why is this important? Because you see, if I can increase my open rates by picking what's working well for my list, next time now, once I do this, maybe for about 10 or 12 emails, I can go in and pick the ones that scored higher, and then start to base my emails on those ones. So now closest copy gives me that opportunity to better improve my messages to my fans. And I'm not sure if you the magnitude of that comes through, because you see, over the years, people tell me that being able to get your list to read, open, and click, this is the most important thing. But nobody tells you, how do you go about actually achieving it? With the frameworks, you can achieve it, because you just create a framework based on your best open rates, and then improve that on that after some time, and then improve that on that after some time. And what's happening is your list starts to get warmer and warmer, and they're loving everything you put out. And that's quite interesting, because it wasn't that what I was writing before was bad, but speaking in a language that helped my list to want to click was hard to come to. But using the frameworks, I've been able to create subheadings, headlines, opening and closing blog article content, all of it, putting my whole website on fire and making people constantly want to kind of read my stuff. So why must you create frameworks? It helps to get your market, your niche, your fans listen to you. They can hear what you're saying. You can speak in their language. Because this is interesting. You know, the AI that is trained on what is already there, right? So when you give it examples of what you find is being useful for your clients, for your fans, for the people on your list, it goes and it gives you more of that. It gives you more of that based on and that's so important. I don't know if I can overstretch it, but I hope that makes sense. So today, what I want to show you is my process of creating a framework, so that you can go ahead and recreate this process, and then you can use it to improve your own content as well, right? So yes, obviously you can use all the frameworks that I've made available already in the community, and I'm building more frameworks. By the way, like I'm building story-based frameworks that can help you tell stories or parables in a way that moves people. But you see, the good thing is I don't have to wait for anybody to do it for me. Once I have an idea of something that I need, as I'm doing my work, I say, oh, I need this. Maybe I can create this with the frameworks. So I go with the frameworks and create it. So having the knowledge of how you can go about building anything you want content wise with frameworks is so crucial. And so that's what we're going to show you today. How do I go about creating a framework? So today, what I wanted to do, I'm building some Facebook ad frameworks of late. I've built a very short one and a medium one, but I came across one that was quite interesting, which was like a tutorial ad where you give maybe 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 10 ideas, so 10 pointers, where you're teaching in very short sentences a very valuable content on the Facebook ad. And what that kind of ad does is that it helps your fans to know that you know what you're talking about, or anybody who sees, any new person who sees your content, it speed warms the people to you, and then if they found that very helpful, they're more likely to then want to read more. So you could put like a read more, find out more, and then get them onto your list. So I came across an example of this. Let me see if I can find it. Yep, there we go. Yeah. So Jess Lenovel, I believe, 10 things you need to know, 7 months. 10 things you need to know. So I mean, the title just makes you a bit curious. So why would I even need to know these 10 things? So it might make you read. So these are the 10 things that she has here. I'm not going to read the whole 10 things, but the idea is I want to create a similar ad, Facebook ad, but based on something similar to this. So I want to look at the different elements of this ad, and this is the picture of the ad. So it's got just the 10 things you need to know. It doesn't quite have 10 things you need to know about real marketing in real estate today. So naturally, this is going to be attracting people in real estate. So puts the 10 things down, and then finishes off with profit, keep lots of it, relationships, build deeper, audience, go deeper and wider. These 3 things will make your business market proof, right? Just getting people interested more in what she has to offer more. So ready to do it. It's okay to be afraid, not do it alone. I'd love to help you. So in a way, what she's done here is suggests that they can get help from her. So when the people read this and they go try and get help from her, right? I want to build something similar, but more something that will get people to then go and click to read that core content that I showed you earlier. So how do we do this? Now, it's important to know how the AI thinks. The AI is like a habit machine. Any pattern it sees, it tries to recreate. So if you want to create anything, all you just need is at least 3 very good examples. And I say very good examples because if you don't have very good examples, your AI will just the AI will just produce poor quality content for what you are trying to achieve. So in this case, I need 3 examples of people teaching something that's valuable, and I pick and those 3 examples. So for example, because closest copy has a limit of 2,000 words, I believe. So I can't use too much. So let's start here. So example 1. Example. Actually, instead of saying example, but you know it's an example. So I'll say topic 1. Topic 2. And then topic 3. So with each of the topics, you need to have this 3 hashes symbols underneath, so it tells the AI that that's the end of that example. Right, so go back to what I'm trying to recreate. So the first thing it has here is 10 things you need to know about real estate today. So that's like the attention grabber. So what this is doing is, as soon as the person who's interested in real estate marketing sees that, they feel this is for them. And then the AI responsible for what dealing with the Facebook algorithm machine AI, it notes who slows down, or who clicks, or who scrolls to read, and that helps you to then start to improve the amount of clicks you're getting and reduce the amounts you're paying for the clicks. That's something for another day. So we have the attention, right? So we got a topic, so attention grabber. So in this case, the attention grabber is that phrase. And so really what I've done is I've just put this as a placeholder, which is something I'm going to repeat 3 times to make the AI know that, oh, this is something I'm wanting it to repeat. So what's the topic here? The topic here would be real estate marketing. Okay. Marketing. Right. So now we've got that topic, got that attention. Then we need the bullets. So the bullets are the example content. And really 2 or 3 good bullets from that list will be enough, because again, you don't want to go over 2,000 words for all the 3 examples you're going to create there. So people still want a story, and agents who have the simplest message will triumph. So really what this is doing is it's creating a powerful advice in a very short phrase. So that's something that we'll have to take note when we're trying to create the other examples. Okay, so go back to close this copy. So the bullet 1, just make sure it's staying as a sentence, and then take another one. Realtors who use relevancy and omnipresence in their marketing will see highest results for their ad spend, while realtors from other traditional marketing will continue to decline. Right, let's put that here. Now we don't want too many examples, otherwise we will not have enough words. So perhaps we can stick with 2. This one is too long. That may give us some problems later on. So let's look for a shorter one. Intimacy is the game changer. Let's use that one. That looks shorter. I'll substitute with this one. I'll make it number 2, because we still need to add more content here. So we've got 2 examples of the bullets. Now let's now put in, this will be the inspiring close. Inspiring close. Because this, you're trying to kind of inspire them to act on whatever it is you want to act, them to get them to act. We could be, come and read my free gift, come and download my free gift, or call me for a consultant's call. Okay, so inspiring close. So we scroll down to the bottom and pull the inspiring close. It's quite long. What it's done is taking the 10th point in the module and wrapped it up in this inspiring close. So we want something similar. And by the way, the reason why I chose that example, I bought a course where they were showing us 101 ads that are making profit, and this is one of those ads that were making profit. So it's good to use an example of an ad or content that you know is already working when you're creating this. Now we may have a bit of a problem because this is quite a lot of content for the first example. So sometimes I might decide to use only 2 examples, but it can actually make your results a little bit wishy-washy. 3 examples is always the best. So sometimes I may look at the content here and try to delete stuff just to get it to be less. So the 3 crucial investments to make this year are profit, get, keep lots of it, relationships, build deeper, audience, go deeper and wider. These 3 things will make your business market proof and ensure you can weather the storm. I'm wondering whether that's too much, and whilst this is a good point, but it's not necessary for us to have that. Let's just have this ready to do it, and now we've just got an idea of a format of what we want. Now this is the difficult part. Now I only have one example. How do I go about creating something similar 3 times, but highly with highly good content? One way to do that would be to just go to Google and Google on another topic. So let's pick another topic, making friends, right? So if I type making friends into Google, actually this is something you can do in closest copies, compete as well. Making friends, good if I could spell it correctly. Making friends, or how to make friends. Let's just put how to make friends. So right away Google just gives me some stuff here. Realize your fear is in your head. The first step to developing a healthy mental image is to develop a healthy mental image of meeting new people. I like that actually. Can use that. So go back here and put in right, okay. so that we don't confuse the AI, we need to remove the, 1, 2, or 3. We just know. I just used that just for you to know it's the 3 examples. We don't have to do that. The AI needs each element to be exactly the same for it to know that it has to copy this, the elements, right? So the topic is making friends. Making friends. And so attention, what I've pulled is not an attention, that's a bullet. So that's fine in the bullets. And one of the good things about Google is that it usually filters the best performing article on that subject to the top. So within those articles, you can find the attention grabbers from there. You can find any information you want from there. So, so for example, if I go into this article, let's see. Making new friends can be intimidating, but it's definitely rewarding. After all, friends form a big part of our lives. So we wouldn't be who we are if not for them. So we can take some of this and use it to make our attention grabber intro. Again, we don't want it to be too long. So attention grabber. We don't want it to be too long, but we want it to be good enough so that when the AI produces content for us, it also will be on the same level of quality. So making new friends can be intimidating, but definitely rewarding. After all, we don't need this bit. Yeah. Let's see what else we can take there. We want that if you're looking to make new, you have to get clear on what kind of friends you want to make. We want something like this. Here are my 10 tips to make. Okay, if you take a look at the people out there who seem to make friends easily, they were probably seclusive themselves at some point. For the same reason, you can their social skills were likely all picked up over time, and for the same reason, you can learn to become more sociable through time and practice. I think that is good enough. We can tweak some of that into our attention grabber. Ready to okay, making new friends is amazing. Okay, and let's put some of that in. Oh, that's quite a lot. Okay, if you take a look at people out there who seem out there, I can shorten this, making friends easily. And another way to save time on shortening, if you go to something like WordTune and save this into a PDF and pull that into WordTune, WordTune can actually summarize it and give you a very short phrase from this. That's something I would also do to save time. Okay, so making new friends can be intimidating, but it's definitely rewarding. If you take a look at the people out there making friends easily, actually, I'm going to remove it's definitely rewarding and put but the people out there making friends easily will probably seclusive themselves at some point. That's good. Their social skills were they improve their social skills over time. Yeah. Just trying to make it short. For the same reason, you can learn to become more sociable through time and practice. Okay. So we could do it this way, or actually we could just take the title, 10 tips to make new friends. I actually think that's a better option. So you could either do that and make that the attention grabber, but it's because it's too much content, it fails to be grabby enough, because people have to read through all that to get the meaning. But when you have just one liner like that, 10 tips to make new friends, the person who's looking to make a new friend will find this very enticing. So in a way, after going through that process, it just makes me realize that maybe what this person did here is use a headline as the first line of that Facebook ad, and that's why a headline fits better. You might be able to embellish this headline more and to make it even more catchy. Right, so let's use one. Right, so you see all this process I'm going through to create examples for the AI to make sure that when I ask it to now give me what I want, it's more likely to give me what I'm asking for. Okay, so let's pick up another bullet from here. Yeah, I like this one. Volunteer. Pardon me. So let's unbold that and make that 0.2. Now, because we are making 1 point and 2 points, chances are that the AI is just going to do the same thing. And so when if let's say you want to create 10 points later on, all you just keep doing is getting a new one, requesting for a new one until you get all your 10 points out, and you can then create a bullet, so a teaching ad based on that. Okay, so we've got our bullet examples. Now we need a close. Inspiring close. Let's see what close. Again, the reason we are copying from this particular website is because Google's AI has noticed that this particular page is doing very well for this particular topic, and so this person, they've sort of created a bit of a call to action here, which we can copy and change to match what we want. So I hope you found this. Let me just remove the I. I hope you found these useful. This useful, just to save words. And we could just say, reach out to me. Reach out to me if you would like a free strategy session. To help you discover the specific skills you need to help you make new friends fast. And so you got your close on there. Okay, it's longer than the first one, but it's cool. Right. Now, usually I would say get the third one, but just because I don't want to prolong this tutorial, we could actually just run this and see what it produces to us. Making friends is that title. What title can I look for? Buying a car, a used car. And so what I'm hoping is that the AI will read through this and then realize, okay, this is exactly what I need. I need 2 bullet points and I need an inspiring close to get them to come and seek my advice or maybe sign up for my newsletter on new cars or used cars. Okay, so let's run that. So to run this, all we just do is we select all of that and use Control Q. I'm not sure what it is in the Mac. So if any of you are using a Mac, Apple, please can you just post in the comments what's the quick steps would be, so the Control Q alternative would be for Mac. Okay, right, so let's see what it's come up with. So buying a used car, attention grabber, how to get the best deal on a used car without it hasn't quite given me. Oh yeah, actually yeah, that's correct. Actually, the attention grabber is the headline. I was thinking that was a bullet, sorry. Yeah, so how to get the best deal on a used car without being taken for a ride. Wow, right? Just look at that. On your ad, trying to get people's attention, that would immediately get the person who's trying to find a used car, who doesn't want to be taken for a ride. Yeah. So bullets, don't go by what the dealer says. Instead, check out the NADA. I don't know what that is, but book used car guide. Okay, so that might be a used car guide. I don't know, it's probably real, but we don't have time to check it now. And find the lowest price car that has all the options. Now, something to just mention there, because it is AI, and because when they do the training on the AI, the data that they collected may be old. So this may not be available, but it may be available. So you need to do your fact check. You need to do your research to check that that's a useful advice and that's actually truthful. Obviously, somebody who needs this advice, this is something they want. Okay. This kind of thing they want. And the second advice, this is very long. Very long. It's giving us the inspiring close at the bottom there. So this is the bullets. The second bullet is never buy a car from a private party until you're 100% certain you will not deal with the seller directly again. Why? This is especially important if the seller is an individual who does not have a brick and mortar business. If possible, have a trusted friend or associate introduce you to the seller. This way, you can watch the transaction. You can watch the transaction unfold and be assured that the seller will not be able to pull one over you. Okay. Not quite sure what that is saying, but for somebody who wants to buy a car and is trying to not get duped, that may be something they want to look deeper into. But the point here is that quite quickly you've created something that could give you an ad, and all you just have to do is run this over and over again until you get your 10 points, and you're done. So let's now put this. We're going to delete this because we don't need that. Now there's something that I had spoken to Nico about, because I found that when I'm doing work with the frameworks, sometimes it just doesn't give me everything that I'm looking for. It doesn't finish giving all the elements, and I'm having to put in this term, this in there. It doesn't have to be this exactly, but I'm having to put another element underneath the last element I want For some reason, that seems to force the AI to give me everything. And that's why I have this thing, a placeholder. You may see in some of my frameworks that has a placeholder at the end, may not have anything in it, but that's just because I realize it's helping the AI to force the AI to give me everything I need. I know Nico is working on that so that we don't have to keep doing that again, right? But just in the interim, while you're trying to get your frameworks to work effectively, you may need to put something like this. So placeholder, and it doesn't have to be anything, it's just rubbish, right? Nothing essential, but the AI will see that and know that, okay, it has to give you everything up onto there. So even if it doesn't, it will only omit this and give you up onto there, because it was always omitting my last request, the last element. So that when we've got all of this, all we just have to do is now copy everything. This is attention, the attention grabber. We don't need the attention grabber. Why did he put a number at the attention grabber? Oh, because yeah, okay. So let's go into the frameworks. I'm going to my Facebook ad framework that I've been creating a few. I think I've created 2 already. Oh, 3. Created, no, 2. So this is 2 I had to create together. Part of step 1 and step 2. So whenever you see this, you know you do step 1 first, and then you do step 2 to complete the ad. Okay, so once you use this category, just to save myself time, I just do is copy. I've copied this one and just edit this. Now pasted the whole thing in. Then you've got to go to the bottom, which is the topic. In other words, whenever I need this type of ad, I just give the AI the topic, and then it will produce everything I need. So just give the topic, it will produce everything I need. Now, in order to do that, then we've got to make the topic the input, and you click on this add input here, or you could even type it in for it to then recognize that this is where the input goes. And then you copy that input here, which also helps you remember, okay, this is the kind of input you want to type in. So I'm going to change this to tutorial ad. And instructions just and this is an ad that instructs on a topic, and this is an ad that instructs on a topic then gives a call to action for your services and products. Okay. Oh, maybe I'm not allowed to have too many words there. Yep, for your services. Yep, that's fine enough. Right, tutorial ad, I've put the input, everything is done, the title is there, and I save. And that's all you have to do to create the framework. So let's just test the framework. Open it, it already has that in there. You have to click. Listen, when I first saw this, I was making this mistake because I thought by seeing the buy and use card there, that it was already there, and I kept on clicking right for me, and it was giving me, please fill out the field. I was thinking, fill out the field. The field is already filled up, but no, you have to click use example. Then it puts that example in. Now you can write with that example, or you can put any example you want. As you know, mine is around emotional well-being, so I can try that example. Right. So you got the attention, you got the bullets, attention bullets, bullets. Again, I noticed it's not given the inspiring close, so you may need to tweak for a bit to get the inspiring close. Bullet. That means bullet. Yeah, but it may be that you just do the third one and tweak it a little bit to get the inspiring close, or you can make a second one. That's why often I would then have a second one and make that be attention grabber plus the close, so then be a two-step process to get the ad. Okay, and so that's all. That's really all you need to be able to do to get your ads super effective. To get your framework super effective. And you can create a framework really on anything, as long as you can have examples of that thing. You can create a framework on it. Right, so I'm hoping this makes sense completely. I'm hoping that will encourage you to go and make your own frameworks, and that way we can actually build Closest Copy up even more and make it the most powerful, most useful, most sought after tool on the planet Earth. Which is good for me because I already paid at the very beginning. I got in from one of the deals, so I'm a lifetime member for life. It's just so cool to have the Closest Copy as a lifetime tool for what it does. It's simply amazing. Thank you.